Hi, this is Laura, and today I want to share with you something that I lovingly call the Chuck Norris. This is something that I came up about through lots of research and learning and just desperate searching for something to get a handle on some lower back discomfort that I had. It was just intractable, nothing was getting on top of it. And so I found a book that I've really enjoyed. It's Dr. Scott Johnson's Essential Oil Synergy. And in the book, I learned lots of things about how essential oils, not only the molecules within one particular oil itself works together, but also different oils can work together and provide this synergistic impact that is much greater than the impact they have alone. And so I started experimenting and looking at the properties of different oils until I came up with this dynamic trio that I call the Chuck Norris, because it's the roundhouse kick that knocks out pain. I use it very successfully on my low back, and I've shared it with many people who have tried it on different types of pain, on foot pain, wrists, necks, joints, hands, all sorts of things, and it's worked amazingly well. So I hope you will enjoy it too. The first thing is we layer 3 different things. Now, don't mix these up in a roller ball. You will not get the same effect. I tried it and it just did not work as well. And I'll explain why. This has to do with how they penetrate the skin and how they get that final push to get deep into the tissue. But the first thing I do is apply 2 to 3 drops of rosemary oil. Okay? So 2 to 3 drops on the area, and then just rub it in and go right to the next ingredient, and that is wintergreen oil. Okay, so 2 or 3 drops of that, rub it in, and then under the frosting on top is that roundhouse kick. That's Deep Blue Rub. Love this stuff. Now, Deep Blue Rub works amazingly by itself, but sometimes you have a situation where it's just not quite enough. Something's really persistent and irritating, and that's the situation that I had. So I used just a small amount, like a dime size amount, and then apply that to the area where I'd applied the oils. So let me tell you a little bit about the ingredients in the Chuck Norris. It's kind of like a mixed drink, but it's a mixed oil concoction. So rosemary oil has lots of cool properties. We know that it helps with memory formation and learning. It's great to help your hair have more growth and thickness. But in this application, rosemary is also a really wonderful for its anti-inflammatory properties. And if you know anything about pain, then you know that a very common thread that underlies lots of discomfort is inflammation. And so rosemary is very good at addressing that. The next ingredient was wintergreen oil. And wintergreen also has lots of cool properties, but the one that we're most interested in this application is relief of pain. It's a very great analgesic oil, and so that's why I chose this. Then the Deep Blue Rub is a rub that is a proprietary blend from doTERRA, and it contains a mixture of different essential oils in the Deep Blue Soothing Blend. So I'm going to read those from the label for you. It contains wintergreen oil, camphor oil, peppermint oil, eucalyptus oil, blue chamomile oil, blue tansy oil, helichrysum oil, and osmanthus oil. And so that comes in a base. It's a natural base, no petroleum products. And so that's what we put on top. So if you know anything about the properties of those oils that I mentioned that are in Deep Blue, it's a very well-rounded approach to managing discomfort, because it does things like reduces inflammation, it supports circulation, it helps as an analgesic, it helps soothe irritated nerves. So it's a very well-rounded approach to help a lot of situations. The other neat thing is that it puts the Deep Blue oil blend in a natural carrier, or that lotion cream base. And carriers have an important role when you're applying oils to the skin. And that is because essential oils evaporate very easily and very readily. So while that's great for aromatherapy, when you want those oils to give you a therapeutic benefit on your skin or tissues, you don't want them to evaporate, you want them to absorb. And so that's the role of a carrier. It sort of acts like a blanket to keep those molecules from evaporating, and it actually helps them absorb even better into your skin so that you get an enhanced benefit from that. So that's something I didn't understand in my early days of using oil, was how important a carrier oil is when you're applying topically. And it also is great to reduce any sensitivity that you may experience from oils like wintergreen or peppermint. Sometimes those are a little tingly to the skin. The last cool thing I wanted to share with you about the Chuck Norris is the presence of peppermint in Deep Blue Rub. Something I learned from Dr. Johnson's Synergy of Essential Oils book is that peppermint does something really cool with the skin. So we have these little thing called ion channels in our skin, and those have a lot of purposes in this protective barrier. It's our greatest protection. But peppermint actually is like an express elevator that drives things through the skin and the tissues to cause deeper penetration. So when you have some of these pain issues that I'm talking about, you want your solution to go straight to the location of the pain, whether that is a muscle or a joint or supportive tissues in those joints, those sorts of things, or nerves. So peppermint really helps to electrically drive those things deeper into the tissue. So again, the Chuck Norris is 2 to 3 drops of rosemary, 2 to 3 drops of wintergreen, and a dime size amount of Deep Blue Rub. Is a fantastic combination, and I hope it eases your discomfort and helps you find relief that you're looking for. All right, stay tuned. Subscribe to Laura Kimbrell Wellness for more tips and ways to bring you health naturally and get rid of some of those yucky chemicals in your life. Bye. See you next time.